Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
This is Tanya with the Diary of Dating Over 50. Y'all, I ain't had no man in my chair in a long time. So we're going to have a man. We got a man here now, a handsome man. Welcome, Anthony Jones, the actor. And how I do it, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Anthony Jones. I am originally from Cleveland,
Ohio.
Born and raised, Cleveland Heights. I've been in Atlanta since 2012, I believe. I'm an actor. Love it. It's not something that I've always done. I think I started about maybe 3 years ago.
As an actor.
Yeah, and I love it.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
And you do that full time?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Now, you know, when you do it full time, you gotta be called a lot in order to pay them bills. So one of Anthony's questions to me is, how did I find him? And about, y'all know I'm a flight attendant, and I be up weird hours. So I'm up one morning at about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and I be in people's DM. So I don't know how I got in his DM, but I jumped in it. And I said, would you be on my show? And he said, of course I will. I did not know he was from Cleveland. That's how he thought that we might have met, but that's not. I'm just, social media is free, and it will give you everything you need between good and bad, and I always take the good. So that's how I met you. I was in your DM. Okay. Yes. I ain't hit on him, y'all, but... So tell us about your childhood of growing up in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, I grew up in Cleveland Heights, elementary on up, and I didn't realize it was different until after I graduated. Mm-hmm. I went to an HBCU. I went to Alabama A&M after I graduated, but Cleveland Heights was very diverse.
It was,
and that's what I loved about it. Mm-hmm. We had rich black, poor black, rich white, Jew. It's a Jewish neighborhood. I actually grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, so we got off Jewish holidays and things like that. But it was very, very diverse. You got an opportunity to learn how to deal with all types of people. Mm-hmm. Learned a lot. I learned an awful lot. I would say one of the biggest lessons that I learned growing up in Cleveland Heights was my senior year in high school. And, I graduated in 93. And so this was after Rodney King and everything. And so my 12th grade year, we can take a lot of different English classes. So I took an African-American literature class. And when I walked into the classroom, it was a white guy teaching.
African-American literature.
Yes. And so immediately I'm like, I'm not liking this. I went to my, this ain't right, But after sitting down and listening to him, he knew what he was talking about. He was a part of the things that were going on, and it taught me a huge lesson, not to judge someone, by the color, And even though it was an African-American literature class, he was able to teach that class. He introduced me to my first Dick Gregory book.
Oh, my.
Yeah. He had vinyl. He had The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. He had pictures. He marched. But it was a great experience. But you also saw the other side, too.
The white side of it.
Yeah. The prejudice side.
Yes.
The hate. We got.
And he taught all of that?
Yeah. But growing up in Cleveland Heights, period, you had to deal with all those different types of people and all those different types of personalities. So it really helped,
Okay. So did you ever get into any trouble as a young man? Like, like not the drug selling or maybe that too.
Nah, I was
or you was a good boy in that case.
Well, I mean, my parents worked. My parents, they're still together. They still live in Cleveland Heights.
Oh my.
Same house, same telephone number, everything. Yes. But we learned an awful lot there.
So did you get in any snags?
I did. I did. In middle school.
Give me a memorable one.
Oh man. So I want to say I was in the 9th grade. So I've been the same height since 10th grade. I'm 6'5". So and a lot of the guys that I hung up with, they also kind of looked old. So I was about 14 years old. Matter of fact, I was in 9th grade. And we decided we wanted to be grown. A friend of mine, they stole a car. And so we piled up in that car. We was about 6, 7, 8 deep.
Y'all was wrong. Y'all knew y'all was going to get caught.
We thought we looked grown enough to drive around the city in this car packed with little kids. The police came, they had guns at us and everything. We like, whoa, what is this? Got arrested. Parents came up, had to come get us out of jail, and it was a mess.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all thought 6 black nappy-head kids.
Little kids.
in a car.
We weren't thinking. We thought we was grown, and we knew we wasn't supposed to be in a stolen car.
Okay. So now we done got through high school a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you said you played sports in high school. I'll see what I got on those.
I did. I played football and basketball.
Okay.
And I did track. My freshman year, I did track.
And did they get you scholarships onto school or?
You know what? I had a couple of scholarship offers, but for some reason I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't take any of those offers, so I ended up going to Alabama A&M.
Okay. And didn't play sports when you got in.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
So now we're in college. Tell me about your college years. How did that go?
College was fun. Mm-hmm. It was probably too much fun.
Okay. Do tell.
So, oh man. So when I got to A&M, I lost my mind. Okay, I got us all of these beautiful black women down there. I said, "Thank you, God." As if all of these women were here for me.
Oh, okay.
But met some really great people. Friends to this day. Family. They're family now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had a good time.
That's the thing about going to a HBCU school. A lot of times, it's a long-term relationship.
It is.
You go through major things in your life at a pivotal point, and then you move on and you go through life with your children, and it's some reason y'all get together a lot. Y'all find a reason to get, the schools find a reason to get together.
Oh yeah, we've got a homecoming, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
homecoming at A&M is a lot of fun.
Okay, so then when you graduated from college, did you decide what I'm gonna do with my life now?
I wish it was like that.
Okay,
but it wasn't.
Tell me how it was.
So I didn't actually graduate from A&M.
Okay.
I did end up getting my degree, but not at A&M. Mm-hmm. But no, I had a daughter, my firstborn, and so I dropped out of school and had to take care of my responsibility. Mm-hmm. So.
Wow. And you got married?
Later on, eventually got married after my son was born, and and we had another daughter.
So you have 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
How many grandbabies?
None.
None yet?
None.
Oh, okay.
My oldest, she's married. She's 26. Mm-hmm. Love my son-in-law. Great guy. She did a great job.
Okay.
They did a great job.
Okay.
In finding each other, they did a good job.
Okay.
And my son is 25, and my youngest is 22.
Okay. So then we go through having children. We get married. Mm-hmm. We go through that. Where did acting come in at?
Acting just came like maybe 4 years ago.
And how did your first acting?
So acting was never on my radar.
Okay.
So a friend of mine, he was doing background. And he was, always telling me all these stories about background. And, it's like,
I
hey,
love
you got to do it.
background.
You got to do it. You got to try it out. So I said, okay, I'll try it out. And every time I went on set, for some reason, people thought I was one of the main cast members. And I had a few features, a few feature backgrounds as well. And a lot of people kept talking to me about it. And so I didn't pay it any attention for a long time, and then it kept coming to me. And then I said, okay.
Because it's major. Now, let's set the stage for people that don't know. When you do background, you don't really talk. You just there for if they have a big scene. Say they need people in the audience. Say they need to have people at a party.
Right.
Because I was backstage and Michi was standing right next to me on BMF. But the background really don't say anything.
Right.
And a lot of times when you get picked to go from background to something else, they say you're good on camera. So when they seen you, the first time that they took you from back, because everybody want to go to that next level.
Right.
So everybody jumping in front of the camera. People,
I wasn't. That
you
wasn't
wasn't.
me.
You was laid back.
No, whenever I went on set to do background, I was in the corner, minding my own business. I didn't care if I got on camera or not. I was actually okay with it.
You there for the money.
Yeah, that was it. I had no, that wasn't my goal to get on camera. I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
And it's a grind too because it's long hours.
It is.
Yeah. So you was over here in this corner, and the director looked at you and said, "Oh, let's."
Yep, I got approached several times, and they said, "Hey, we want to know if you'll be interested in a feature. Like, it's more money. You're definitely going to be on camera." I said, "Sure. Why not?" And after a while, when I kept doing it, I said, "Okay, let me look into this." I talked to a friend of mine who was an actor about taking classes. It's like, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. I just don't want to just jump on it just to be seen. I want to be good at it. So I signed up and started taking classes. And when I started taking classes, I probably started in beginning of the year. I started taking classes. I met a friend of mine who was signed with an agent already. And he told me about his agency and how she was having an open call. I'm new to the industry. I don't even know what an open call is.
And you raw too, because you was real new.
Yeah. And so I said, "Well, what do you need?" He said, "You need headshots and you need a resume."
Okay.
I had headshots.
Did you need a reel as well?
Not then.
Okay.
No, not then.
Okay.
But I had my headshots already, but I didn't even know that there was a resume for acting. If you turn on the TV, that's my resume, see what I've done. But I haven't done anything, but just background. And I went to the open call. She ended up signing me.
Okay, can you tell my audience what is a resume? Because I know now you know what that resume is.
So just like if you're working, it just shows all of your experience, the roles that you've done.
Do background count? Okay.
That's all at that time, that was all I did.
Oh,
was
okay.
background. So I didn't have any experience, but just background.
Okay.
And so within 4 months of me taking classes, I got my first agent. I got my agent. About 2 months after that, I booked my first role on Dynasty.
So tell us about how you walked on Dynasty, and you got that, and then you ended up on Dynasty.
It was I was nervous, very nervous, because this was all new to me. I had some great coaching, and so they really walked me through the whole process. And from that moment, like, it's different from background to having a speaking role. The whole treatment is different. I had a trailer. I didn't have to wait in line for food. I got the good food.
Oh, you had the crew. I mean, what do they call that?
The cast.
The cast food, because it's the whole. So when you do when you go on a movie set, they have where they have background food, and you got to fight. You got to get in line. Then they have the cast. Then they have the crew. And the cruise food normally be steak, lobster, all that.
Yeah, it's different.
So you didn't have to wait for none of that. You had your own trailer.
I had my trailer. They brought my food to me. I was just, going over my lines, and yeah, it was great.
So how hard is it? Because I have my first play. I'm in a play. It's called True Love, and I'm Cece. And the way they line me up, the way True Love, way she lined me up with this character, but she's giving me a week to learn half of the lines. How do you go about learning your lines?
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy.
Because I'm all nervous.
Yeah, what I do, I read the entire script.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did.
I read it a ton of times. Okay. I'll read it like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times and just get that familiar with the entire script. And if it's just a scene, I'm going over that scene over and over and over.
Okay.
And then I'm just, I'll just go by, piece by piece, as far as, making it. But it's really getting to know the scene. Mm-hmm. It's not more you learning the lines. It's more of you understanding the scene. Okay. And really understanding your character.
Okay.
You can't just get there, okay, well, I've got my script. Mm-hmm. No, you got to do more than that.
Well, you know what? I had, when she gave me the script, I had a flight the next day because I'm a flight attendant. And once we got everybody settled and served, we did our service, I went back and I read the script. So then as soon as I got off the airplane, I didn't have time to get home for the Zoom call. I had to do it right in the airport. And because I had read the whole script, I knew what was going on.
Right.
And other people did not know. They was like, she said, y'all didn't read the script. And I was so glad because, my chest was poked out then. Yeah. I was like, I read the script. I knew what was coming, so that is great to know. Now, did these classes actually help you? What classes did you take to prepare for the Dynasty role? And what was your role in Dynasty?
So I played an investor. I'm on the very last episode.
You're going to make me go watch it.
Yep, very last episode, season 5, episode 22. The episode
and they have it on Netflix right now.
It's
right?
On, yeah.
Or Hulu. One of them.
It's on both.
Both, okay.
Yeah, it's on both, Netflix and Hulu.
Okay.
It's the very last episode. But I took I took an online class just to kind of learn the basics, sort of just the business of it, actors access and things like that. And that's how I knew to get headshots. Okay. And going to a professional actor's headshot,
because it's a difference.
There is a difference. You can't just say, because I know somebody who's got a camera and they take pictures and they can do my headshots.
It's a difference.
No, it's a difference. And so that really helped me out. And then now, I've been in it for a couple of years, and, there's a lot of people that really don't understand that part of it, and I'm glad that I was able to get that information to help me out in that career.
Now, do you have reels now? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you said you played an investor on Dynasty. Have you ever had to do an intimate part on one of your movies?
Not a sexual intimate, just a kiss. But I'm going to tell you, that was kind of difficult for me.
To kiss somebody you didn't know?
Yeah.
And didn't know how they kiss, how they hold their head? Right. Did you have the tongue or just?
No.
You just,
but the thing is, you have to have a conversation about that.
Okay.
Because you want to respect the boundaries.
Okay.
And yeah.
But if the script say you have to do this part, because then you both of you know.
And you have to take yourself out of it.
Yeah.
You can't judge your character. So if it's somebody, let's just say it's somebody that you wouldn't normally talk to or be attracted to, but your character is, you have to look outside of that and still go through with whatever it is that character is calling for, because you're a storyteller.
Right.
You got to tell the truth of that, the true story of that character.
Yes. So have you ever found yourself crossing the line? Like you might be on the set and you keep seeing this person and like, nope, not at all.
No, I think right now I've been really, really focused.
Okay.
I've been really, really focused, and just wanted to get this down. I want to be great at it.
Okay.
I just don't want to be good at it. I want to be great at it. And I don't want any distractions, and plus, so I just want to keep everything professional.
Okay. And at 51, so you got into acting in your late 40s.
Right.
We are surely reinventing ourselves, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Because at 61, here I am with a podcast. I'm modeling. I'm acting. Who would have known?
I never would have thought I'd be doing this.
No. So
Never.
give me some of your movies and some of the roles that you have played.
I did Chicago Med.
Okay.
I had a role in Chicago Med. I'm in the new Superman movie.
Are you? Mm-hmm. What part did you play in the new Superman movie?
I had a featured background.
Okay.
So I wasn't a speaking role.
Okay, but you was featured.
Yeah. So like the last 5 minutes, I play a bodyguard.
Okay.
And so you can see me standing by one of the important guys, and he was coming out with the press.
And you was his bodyguard.
Yeah. And so you got I haven't seen it yet, but I want to.
So your height and size help get you a lot of.
No,
it doesn't.
Actually, it doesn't.
It don't.
A lot of actors are short.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then you have
because they like Wesley Snipes on like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, most actors are
because
short.
they want to. I don't know why that is so important to keep them that size, and they try to find women that's not too much taller.
Because it looks good on camera.
It look good on camera.
With me being 6'5", if I'm in a scene with someone who's 5'5", 5'6", they have to figure out how we're going to frame that.
Right.
Right. And so that's where the difficulty. Because I've had some roles like they like my audition and they like me,
but too tall.
I was too tall.
Oh wow. So have you ever been turned down for a role that you really, really wanted and it kind of set you back a little bit?
It never set me back. Mm-hmm. I've seen some roles that I've auditioned for, and I saw who got the role, and I've seen some of them. I'll say, you know what, I see why they went in that direction. But there's a few I was like, I did a lot better than my audition.
Your audition was a lot better. Wow. So, did you think that you would get this far and you would be able to pay your bills? Because artists, actors are you could starve literally if you don't have the right agent or get the right hookups.
It's not easy.
No,
it is not easy, and I never thought that this is what I would be doing. And to have to do this on a consistent basis, and
because
really
the ups and downs.
Oh yeah, and then you have a lot of people. Some of them aren't paying a whole lot. Yeah. But you just gotta figure it out. You gotta grind. I have some long, deep conversations with God. Before I even decided to do this. I can tell you the set I was on the night that it happened, and I said, okay, God, this is all you now. I am getting out of the driver's seat. I'm gonna get over here in this passenger seat, and it's up to you to determine how fast we go, how slow we go, when we turn left, turn right, when we going through those stormy mountains. And I'm worried about how things are going to happen. I'm going to sit in this passenger seat and know that you are in the driver's seat and know that I am perfectly fine. And that's I've honestly been going on faith.
So tell me, what do your agent find most of your jobs for you, or you find them as well?
No, I find them as well.
Okay.
I mean, your agent, you pay your agent 10%.
When they find something. What about when you find something?
When I find something, it's on me. But you have to do 90% of the work. And if you want to work, you got to do the independent films, and you have to look yourself.
Tell me,
to find work.
Take me through a day of you waking up in the morning, preparing for an audition or for a movie. How is your mindset? How do you start that day off?
So I'll go to the gym. After the gym, I'll go meditate. After that, go home, shower, and I'm in my script. Just all day, just in my script, and getting ready for my auditions. I will say too, it's important to have a good circle.
So
an honest circle. You want people that's going to be honest with you. I got people who, if I'm doing an audition and it's not that good, or they know what I can do, they're like, that wasn't it.
Okay.
You know, because I don't want to get on screen and I suck, but everybody's been telling me I'm good.
Right.
You know, but I've got a good circle around me that, you know, when my stuff is bad, they'll let me know.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah, that's very important. Because sometimes I wake up and I be like, okay, God. Like today, I knew I had to film today. I used to film every Sunday. Mm-hmm. But since I came to Scottdale Podcast Cafe, I do 3 in one day. And I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, God, please continue to show me that I am going in the right path. Mm-hmm. You know, because I need to get paid for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I haven't paid my dues yet. But how long will my dues have to be paid before it's there? Yeah. Are you asking yourself there, how long do I have to pay my dues before that big one comes?
Mm-hmm. I all the time. Mm-hmm. And I get wake-up calls from my people, too, and they say, Aunt, you only been doing this for 3 years.
I know it, and I've been doing it. I ain't celebrated my year yet.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you only been doing it for 3 years, and you've actually done a lot more than some people that's been in it for, 10, 15 years. So I take that into consideration, too.
Okay. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit because I know my viewers want to know. Because you single, right?
I am.
That's my favorite question. How single are you? Are you dating?
Right now I am not dating.
You're not, because you're focused.
Yeah. And also, to be completely transparent, it's not easy financially as an actor. I can take care of myself.
But to take somebody out?
To try to date and take somebody out, no, I'm not about to waste anybody's time right now with that because I know what position I'm in right now.
Yeah, because you would tell, some females won't, or some women won't understand that you are a starving actor and say, okay, we can do something very inexpensive, especially here in Atlanta.
Free.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
He said FREE. Yes. Because most women, they want to be wined and dined.
Exactly.
Exactly. They want to do all this elaborate stuff.
Yeah.
So you live in very modestly right now.
And also my time.
Yeah.
Like I've spent, this is not easy. You spend a lot of time. It's very, very therapeutic. Mm-hmm. You do a lot of self-reflecting, and learning about yourself. But the time and right now it's like, no, I got to take care of me.
So what do you do to have fun, or to kind of like, okay, let's step away from. That Cleveland look good on there, don't it?
It does.
I like that.
Amazing. I like Cleveland.
I said up like that. I like Cleveland too. If it was warm there, we'd still be there, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it's too cold. We could have that cold.
Boy, I think I got a Detroit Lion hater in the house too. Anywho, but what do you do to have some fun? When the last time you had some fun?
I have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I have fun. But it's mainly with my acting circle now.
Okay.
Doing just other projects. I started writing. Mm-hmm. I've got a project that I'm writing with two other people. I've got 2 other projects that I started writing on my own. Mm-hmm. And that's fun to me.
Okay.
That's
okay.
And just hanging out with them. We'll go over somebody's house and drink.
Y'all do cheap stuff.
Yes.
Stuff don't require. So I'm going to openly invite you to the Scottdale Podcast Cafe on the 27th. It's going to be the type of people in the industry that you would want to be around.
Okay.
We also have William Green. He used to perform with Peebo Bryson, B.B. King. He was on stage with Boney James.
Nice.
So that is going to be a night of a magical moment. And it's probably was somewhere you would want to be because it's going to be so cool and laid back.
Okay.
If you can put $50 together. I know that's hard to get out your budget.
I can handle that.
I know you can handle that.
Yeah, I can handle
but
that.
if I was you, I would definitely show up because And then this place is also, if you and your actor friends want to come and do a game night, or when we get done, I'm gonna show you the jam session is back there. We also have a patio where we can, if you want to come here and film and do some content.
That is good to know.
It's good to. That's one of the reasons I brought you here.
Yeah, that's good to know. I sing too.
Yeah. You sing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a song that I have actually two that's on Spotify and YouTube and.
Well, go home and listen to William Green on Spotify.
I'm gonna check him out.
That is because he's going to perform in our music room back there.
Okay.
And we all going to be out here hanging out, drinking, eating, and I think you would be a good vibe for that. Introduce you to some new people.
Count me in.
Y'all heard him on here. Count him in.
Yeah,
we done sold a ticket, y'all.
Count me in.
Okay, but and I'm serious because from the time that I started talking to you, your vibe from the time I slid in your DM, we're gonna say it right. I didn't know you was from Cleveland, but it went. Everything I asked you, you was right there, right on point.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to tell me about that one movie you was in, the one that you sent me that's on Amazon.
A World Apart.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. How did you get that role? How you snag that?
Actually, I got that one from a friend of mine who's also part of my agency as well, and she came to me and said, "Hey, there's a role that I think that you'll be good for." And she gave me the director's information, and I sent them my information and did an audition, and they loved it. And went from there.
That one is I tried to pull it down, but I think it was, I don't know what happened. It was something where I was trying to pay for it to watch it, and I couldn't get it down. I don't know. And then I went back to do it. I think it was fine, but I didn't have time to watch it.
Oh, okay.
But if you could tell somebody our age, because we tired of talking to the young folk, because we reinventing ourselves.
True.
Okay.
True.
Somebody out there sitting there on their sofa and they sitting there thinking like, you know what, I can be an actor, but I'm too old. What would you tell them?
Why? I mean, if you watch television, there's a range. This is the one industry that you cannot age out of.
Because they always need.
They always need. If you get old, they need old people. You know, you can be somebody's grandmother, grandfather, a coach, a teacher, or a mentor, whoever. I would say go for it, but take classes.
You say that, take classes. You said that quite a few times. So I need to take some classes. I can't go out there raw like I am right now.
A lot of people feel that, they have a natural talent. And some people do. Some people are gifted, and I'm not going to say that, everybody that is successful are trained. There are some untrained actors that have been very successful. But I would highly recommend getting trained and going to a reputable class that you're going to learn, and because you're becoming somebody different. It's one thing if every role that you get is your own personality, you'll be great.
Okay.
But if you really want to dive into it, you want to get into some different types of roles.
Playing different characters.
Yeah. You might be a very sweet person and find yourself playing a villain and love it.
Have you played a villain?
I did.
Did you? Did you love it?
I loved it too. I was like, ooh.
So tell me, what is coming up for you? First of all, tell me this first. What is the role that you really want to snag? And the director that you want to work up under?
I would love to work with. There's a couple of people I want to work with. Jeffrey Wright is one. I want to work with the Wayans. I would love to do a project with the Wayans.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They got a new movie out too, don't they?
Marlon Wayans.
Marlon does. Yeah.
I would love to work with any of them. the energy that they have.
And they think
I wanna
outside the
learn.
box too.
They do.
I love that.
They do.
I love that.
They do. And for some reason, I've been watching Marlon Wayans a lot lately, and just kind of following him and what he's been doing, and it's been. I'm like, yeah, I want to work with you.
Wow. What about standing next to Denzel Washington?
Oh, I would definitely love to.
I just watched his movie.
Oh my God.
It was a different type of movie for him. The movie that he got out is called The Highest or Lowest.
Yeah, they're getting
Yeah.
mixed reviews about it.
Yeah, it was because it's by Spike Lee.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What you think about Tyler Perry?
I like Tyler Perry. I like what he's doing. Tyler Perry has created his own lane.
He sure have.
He
sure
has
have.
created his own lane, and that's the issue.
With everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
When I was in Beauty in Black, I was a background in the first episode. And I was standing there with my sassy self. I put on a gray wig. I just started getting into my grayness. But that was the first gray wig I put on. And I was like, hey, Tyler. He was like, hey, who are you? You know.
very, very nice. I've been on set with him. I've done some background for him. My mentor, Malik Whitfield, is in that. I was in the scene in Chicago Med with him, and that's actually how I met him. Is in Beauty and Black.
So
Black
you-
and Beauty,
Yeah, I messed it up too. Black and Beauty. Or Beauty and Black.
Beauty and Black.
Yeah. And it's a hit right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's coming up next for you?
So I've got a couple of movies that are coming out. I've got one is called One Faith. It's going to be on Tubi. I'm not sure when it's going to be on Tubi. It's going to be coming out soon. I just finished this one that I'm really excited about. It's called Straight Up, and I play an emotionally intelligent kingpin.
Emotionally. And you know what? Being born in Cleveland Heights surely helped with that.
Yes, yes.
Because Cleveland Heights you guys were considered a little bit middle class, maybe higher, educated. And then with just born in Cleveland, you got to play the thug part.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
You know what? I tapped into because it's a comedy too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you can't have an emotionally intelligent
without
kingpin
being funny.
Yeah, without it being funny. You know,
Wow.
like what kind of what thug or kingpin that you know is going to be trying to call the police on somebody that's in his house. You know what I'm saying? No. But I tapped into Terry Crews, and also Braxton
From
the Jamie Foxx show.
Yes.
Yeah, those two, and actually a couple of different characters in some of the different scenes. So
How do you tap into that? How do you prepare? Because I was in a movie with Sister JJ. I don't know if you know her. She's a director. She has about 4 or 5 movies on Tubi. But she played. It was The Whore and the Preacher.
okay.
And I was one of the hoes.
Okay.
I only had one line, but I was a good hoe, though. But she was telling me, think back, because I had to be scared.
Yeah.
Because the preacher was a pimp, and he was beating us. He was beating one of the hoes, and I had to be really scared. She was like, go to a time in your mind that you were frightened of something.
Yeah.
Is that the training that you got?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You either you substitute, but you want to come back to something to bring that emotion out, but you don't want to tap into something that you haven't healed from.
Is that right?
Yeah, because you get right back into it. If you haven't healed from that trauma, and if you need to go back there, it's going to bring all of that back, and you don't want to do that. But I always create a backstory.
What's the backstory?
Just whoever my character is, whatever breakdown that they've given me, I create something else.
Okay.
How he grew up. Did he grow up with both their parents? Did they die early? Does he have any kind of ailments or deformities or anything like that? Or how does he speak? Because there's a reason for what you're saying and why you're saying it. and you have to give your scene all of those reasons. So when you give your character, you do a breakdown of your character and give them all of that life. Now, when you have all of that information, it's easy for you to drop into that character because you have your reasons now and your triggers that they don't know about, but you don't know about, which is real life because you have triggers yourself, but you just giving your character whatever triggers to make that character and bring it to life.
That's deep. It's I always wondered as a young person watching TV, how can somebody just cry on TV, and how can you change these emotions? And now being around the industry, I understand a little more. How do your parents talk about when you come home? Oh, my son's an actor. I know I brag on my kids, but
no. They don't. Do
they watch your movies?
They've seen some of them.
Yeah. What about your siblings?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody gonna talk when you get that big old role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my children, they do too. They like, they'll send me pictures. They're
watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, would you ever want to step outside the actor's role and go into directing?
I would.
You would.
I would.
Okay.
I would want to do that. Get into the writing side of it, the directing. I've actually strongly considered looking into possibly going into some directing.
Have you? That's going to school.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he is in, what is that, acting school, CO, or?
SCAD?
No.
Oh, it's an acting school.
I mean, it's acting, it's directing, cinematology, sales something. I forgot the name of it. It's an online school. Yeah, well, he is in cinematology. They sent him this like $20,000 camera that goes along with it, and he's doing some directing himself.
Yeah.
But there's so much money to be made, but then it's also so many people want you to work for free, especially when you're new.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have experienced that.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to learn to say no.
Do you still do free? Do you do any free?
I do some.
Do some?
I've given myself, every year I'll give myself a free budget.
Okay. You said a free budget.
Yeah. That I will only do so many, for free. Because you never know.
You never know.
And
who
especially
might
if it's a good project, I don't mind doing it, but I'm not working for free all year.
Okay. Well, you can't.
No.
What about commercials? Okay.
Yeah, I audition for commercials as well.
Okay. So if you wanted to say something to my audience, just something that we haven't talked about, how to find you, what roles you looking for, go right ahead.
You can find me I'm on Tubi, I'm on Amazon, I'm on Hulu, Netflix, IG, actor Anthony Jones is my Instagram. If you're thinking about becoming an actor, come to the Actors District. That's the school that I go to. I love my coach, great coaching. I know we really didn't talk about, techniques and things like that, but we really go off into techniques, and we do more than just, going over scenes. It's really about working your muscles and your face and your pronunciations and all of that. So come to the Actors District. You're thinking about becoming an actor, it's not too late. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. Come on out, do it, find your passion.
Wow. I learned a lot myself just sitting here talking to you.
Oh, good. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, and acting is on my resume as well. Modeling was there, and I still model. However, it's not a lot of money made in it. And I love the acting portion of it.
Come on out to the Actors District. I'm talking to you too.
I'm going to have to come and check it out.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Is it free?
You can come audit it for free.
I just learned about audited.
Yeah.
Tisha talked about that.
Yep,
you can just come out and audit.
Yep, you can come and audit. There's no charge. It's
Every
free.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
I'm gonna get the
Modex
information
Studios in Buckhead.
Oh wow, I hate to drive in Buckhead. I ain't all that traffic. But anyway,
I don't have to worry about parking. Parking's taken care of.
Parking taken care of. Got it. All right. All right, thank you so much. As we conclude this episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50, remember, ladies, he's single. I want to take a moment to reflect on intriguing journey of Anthony Jones, a truly captivating actor. We've delved into his beginning in the acting world, exploring the influence and experience that shaped his career. From his encounter with notable directors to challenges he's faced, Anthony has shown us that the path to success is often paved with dedication and resilience. Get money later. His smooth personality and charming demeanor highlights not just his talent, but also his ability to connect with others. Navigating life as a handsome, talented actor, he shared insight on maintaining professionalism while balancing personal relationship, a feature that many admire. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to slide in your DM and pull you in the Scottsdale Podcast Cafe. My mouth always get tangled because I got to leave out the S. The S is not in Scottsdale. Okay, but we appreciate you joining us. We really do.
I appreciate it.
And thank you out there for continue to support me. Y'all see I have my Cleveland Browns stuff on today. We are going to be playing the Steelers pretty soon. So all of my Steelers fans, I know I look good. Thank you.
That brown look good. That orange
Thank
brown
you.
look
He
good
said
on
that orange and brown. Thank you, guys. And tune in for our next show. Thank you for joining us on The Diary of Dating Over 50. We love you.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on The Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
This podcast is brought to you by the Scottsdale Podcast Cafe.